Hello and welcome to this no hands yoga flow. As when you're ready, beginning to come through to your easy seated position. As when we arrive, just ensuring that the sit bones are comfortable, take a gentle little circle spiral. And eventually begin to take the shoulders over the hips. As we begin to lengthen the torso, we'll begin to tuck the chin in towards the collarbones. As we do so, maybe beginning to explore a gentle no. So imagine the chin beginning to trace along the top of the collarbone. We might stay right here. We might go a bit more dynamic. Imagine the chin beginning to go over that right shoulder. Gaze may follow. And we'll come back down. Exploring on the other side. And just taking your gentle no from one side to the other. As we begin to bring the chin back down towards the collarbone, so we'll begin to lift the chin parallel with the lap, taking our left ear towards the left shoulder. We can decide the chin, it might begin to go down towards the lap, or maybe the chin begins to gravitate towards the sky. Seeing how it feels on that right side of the neck. And then we'll begin to bring our chin back through neutral, stacking the head, taking the right ear over towards the right shoulder, and again, deciding the direction of the chin, towards the lap or the sky. And coming back through neutral. We'll begin to take our left hand down towards the mat, right hand coming onto the thigh. We might take the hand up towards the sky and then over towards the side. So light fingertips with this left hand. Right hand beginning to come down. Again, lots of weight in that left hand that's on the thigh. We're taking it up and over. We'll begin to release that left hand coming into a seated forward fold, hands coming in front of the shins or between the legs, and we'll begin to melt down. Beginning to slide or walk the hands back towards the shin. We'll begin to come onto the hands and the knees, and then beginning to come into a wide knee child's pose. So as we begin to come into that wide knee child's pose, if you have a mat, knees as wide as your mat itself, we begin to come together. Hands might go forward, or you might begin to make a pillow. Taking a few rounds of breath here. And we'll begin to walk the hands towards our thighs. And then we'll begin to bring the knees together. We're going to come through to a kneeling position, hands on the hip. And we'll begin to bring our right foot forward. As we arrive here, we'll begin to sweep the arms up overhead. Right hand might begin to drip towards that right hip, maybe towards the left calf. We'll begin to take both arms up overhead. Hands beginning to come and frame that right foot. As we come here, we'll begin to tuck that back left toe. Left foot coming to meet the right. We're coming to a forward fold. We'll gently begin to roll up, stacking the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. And then we'll begin to take the arms up overhead. Gentle cactus as we arrive. Hands waiting to go up. And then we're going to soften back down, releasing. We're going to begin to plant the hands, stepping back with our left leg, runner's lunge. Then we're going to begin to pivot that left foot. We're coming into a warrior 2. As we arrive here, we'll begin to sweep the arms into our surfer-like pose. Now, if the arms are heavy, we're going to take hands to hip or hands to heart. We're going to begin to explore a reverse, flipping that right palm, being pulled at the waist, and then we'll take the arm up and then back, light fingertips with that left hand. You might even bind, taking it towards the lower back. We're going to come through to a side angle. So coming through to that warrior 2, left hand coming onto the hip, elbow or forearm onto that thigh. So imagine we're beginning to open up the chest. Left hand can stay. Maybe it begins to go up towards the sky. Imagine upper arm near our nose, cheek, temple, whichever feels most comfortable. We'll begin to come back through to that warrior 2. Straightening that right leg, pivoting the foot towards the screen. We're going to begin to come into a star. You can take the arms up. From here, we'll take the heels in towards each other. We're coming into temple or goddess horse pose. And then we'll come back into that star. Warrior 2, pivoting that right foot. We're going to begin to come back into our runner's lunge. So beginning to frame that front foot. Lots of limbs, lots of joints. Left foot coming to meet the right, coming to a forward fold at the top of our space. As we arrive here, we'll take a halfway. And then we'll fold down, taking it one more time, halfway up. And fold. We'll begin to plant our hands. We're going to step back with our right leg this time, gently releasing that right knee. And we'll begin to take the arms up overhead. As we arrive here, that left hand might begin to drip towards that left hip. Maybe we gently lean back. We'll begin to come back through, framing that front foot, tucking the back toe, lifting that back knee. We're going to come into that warrior 2. Beginning to cartwheel the arms open. Flipping that left palm at the waist, being pulled forward. Left hand to the sky, light fingertips on the right thigh. Maybe we bind. Warrior 2 briefly. And then we'll take that teapot. Left elbow or forearm on the thigh. Right hand to the hip, sky, or towards the front of our space. Warrior 2. Straightening that left leg, toes pointing the same as the right. Palms lifted. We'll come into that star. Heels beginning to come in towards each other, and we'll take our goddess horse, otherwise known as temple. Coming back through to that star. Left toes pointing towards the top of your space, warrior 2. We'll begin to come back into our runner's lunge. Light fingertips. We'll release that right knee. We're going to begin to bring our left knee in contact with the earth. So lifting our torso, hands on the hip. Begin to bring our left knee back to the earth as we begin to come through to a seated position. We'll begin to release the hands to one side. And we'll bring the legs in front. And we're going to finish in a butterfly pose. So as we arrive here, we can stay. Maybe we let the feet flop to the side. Otherwise, maybe we begin to bend the knees. Soles of the feet might be hovering. They might be in contact. We're going to begin to explore your butterfly pose. Hands along the thighs, shins, maybe the ankles. If you do have access to the feet, imagine the soles of the feet like a book. So the thumbs to the arches, and we're opening up the feet. And we might begin to fold. Elbows, maybe onto the thighs or the space that you created, maybe just beyond. And we'll begin to lift. Beginning to come back through to a comfortable seat. You can take the hands here at the heart, bowing the head to the hands. and gratitude for investing in your well-being and your practice. And thank you for taking this no hands yoga flow with me. I look forward to practicing again with you soon.